So if this happens, we might as well just hand the Lynx the WNBA championship. It's over. Like, it is this close to being over. Like, legitimately, it's this close to being completely over. But before we get on to that, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We're trying to hit 44,000 subscribers by the end of the day. We are 86 subscribers off. But anyway, sorry, 43.2 thousand, not 44. Jesus. But this is it. The Meesseman update. Because she is, without question, the best free agent left. Like, she is, in my opinion, of all players that were ever going to leave their teams. So no Neka. I think she's better than Neka. But so no Stewie. She was the best free agent in 2025. She's been the leading scorer at the last 2 Olympics. She literally, like, willed Belgium almost to the WNBA finals. I say not the WNBA, the Olympic finals. They lost in overtime to France, and France were really good. And they were missing, like, Belgium were missing their second best player in Julie Allemont. And Meesseman nearly just willed them herself. But it is one of those things where with her, you've now got the Valkyries having Julie Van Loo and Linskens. The next, after Julie Allemont, the next 2 best Belgian players. She might want to go there, but I don't think so. A lot of people thought she was going to go play for the Sun because her coach is playing there. But everyone's saying I was so convinced she was going to end up in Connecticut between Tina Charles-Signy, her new head coach, having coached her previously. And this is what was said. And with her status, she mainly wants to play for titles. I'm obviously looking for a team where things are going well, but also a livable city. I can't see myself living in the middle of nowhere. The problem with Chicago was that I wasn't really in the city, but in a neighborhood where there wasn't much to do. I want to be somewhere I feel at home. Someone said I can admit they were wrong, was very clearly wrong. She's not going to the Connecticut Sun. Mentioned this earlier about Layla Khan, and people got mad. It's just how people are. So, and for some overseas players, it can be very bad if first experience is not positive. Obviously, she's more than going to play in the W. She wants to go to a good team for a ring. And the difference is, like, Meesseman has a ring, has a finals MVP. Like, people don't realize this. She is a finals MVP while playing with Elena Delle Donne. She is a finals MVP while playing with Delle Donne. That is the level of player Meesseman is. Like, she was the best player, arguably, on a Chicago Sky team that included Kat Copper. Like, she has been unbelievable in her career. She's been absolutely unbelievable. Like, she has been the best player. She was the best player on the floor when they faced USA on a floor with A'ja Wilson and Breanna. Stewie was better than her. He was the second best player. She outplayed A'ja Wilson in that game. Like, she has outplayed all the best players in the world at different stages, whether it be with or against them. And again, she won a finals MVP on a team that had Elena Delle Donne. So, it says here, whether they can win this Sunday or not, the fact is that Belgium will be at the European Championships, yeah. And that's the problem with Belgium. Obviously, these players are going to miss a chunk of the season. And also, let me also say this about her. She won a EuroLeague MVP while playing on the same team as Stewie. She also won a EuroLeague MVP while playing on the same team as Fee. 2 of the 3 best players in the world, she won MVP over. So, it says here she intended to go to WNBA after the European Championships, as she revealed Thursday. As a free agent, she's not bound by deadlines, which is different for foreign players who already signed contracts. I have the luxury of having options. I can go to the US whenever I want. I've had conversations with several teams, but if I sign now, I'll be obligated to be present for the first training session April 27th. I find it important to give myself some rest at home. Who knows how I feel after European Championships? And if I wait, I can also see how things go with teams. For now, this seems to be the plan, but it's clear that it's not set in stone for Meesseman. If more than half of cats go to stay, I'm obviously not going to play babysitter. Referring with some exaggeration to the fact that Linskens is now head to WNBA, signing a deal with the Valkyries, and obviously Julie Van Loo and Julie Allemont. And then there's also Julie Allemont who signed with the Sparks. For her, it's a done deal that she will travel to Los Angeles when the Fenerbahce season over. Actually, I wanted to go last year. I had to deal with an injury. It's an important role for me, yada yada. In that regard, Meesseman is in a better position than the other cats. Obviously, that's Belgian team. With 7 years experience in W, she's already a veteran. And despite her price tag of around $206,000 is highly sought after. in almost all analysis of available free agent, her name pops up, giving her more leverage to negotiate. She said, I'm obviously looking for a team where things are going well, but also a livable city. Can't see myself living in the middle of nowhere. The problem with Chicago is it wasn't really the city. We've already read that. And it's gonna be really interesting to see what happens in the European Championships in Eurobasket. But I think that she doesn't need money. She very well could just sit out for half the season. She could come over in July. And that would be the scariest thing, is if maybe teams are leaving cap space for her to come over in July. Maybe that's the Fever's grand plan. The Fever to go out with 11 players. And then, yes, they don't have a minimum contract. But what they do have is enough money to pay someone for half a season. Like, maybe Emma Meesseman is going to just wait to see what's going on with teams. Instead of signing for a team like the Lynx now, like, could sign for the Fever a little bit later, could sign for the Aces if things are going well there, could sign for the Liberty. I don't think she cares where she goes. She just wants to win. And I think she starts for every one of those teams. Like, I think if she comes in, sorry, Natasha, you're on the bench. Or who knows, maybe sorry freaking Aaliyah. You're not going to bench Aaliyah Boston, but sorry Aaliyah, you're down 25 minutes a game. And that's the level of player Meesseman is. I don't see her going to the Fever though, just purely based on fit with Howard and everything. I don't see if things are going well for her to come in. But I do think that like the Lynx is more than likely where she's going to sign. And if this does happen, just hand them the damn championship. Like where the Lynx play is literally in downtown Minneapolis. Like maybe she'd consider that the middle of nowhere, not want to go there. Maybe she's like eyeing up the Liberty. But like the Liberty, imagine if the Liberty added her and they like she would 100% start. She's better than Phoebe, she's better than Benai Delaney. She's freaking better than Breanna. But different positions. But like she would come in probably, Stewie would move down to the 3 and she'd go to the 4. With John Quell, like that team would just walk it. Like if she goes to either the Liberty or the Lynx, hand them the championship. If she goes to the Fever, hand them the championship. But the Mercury might have the cap space to do it as well. And oh dear Lord, imagine having her, Alyssa Thompson, Satu. People are like, oh, but like that's too many people that can't do the same thing. Her and Alyssa Thompson would be great with each other. Satu would have to play off the ball a lot as a shooter, and Emma Meesseman shores up their defense a little bit as well. Better defender than Satu. Satu moves down to the 3. Alyssa Thomas plays almost exclusively point center. And with a team with no point guard, it could be really good. But like, if she is not coming to the WNBA until after European Championships, there is a good chance that the WNBA Championship is decided based on where Emma Meesseman decides to go.